Night hits, and the city lights blur through the rain, setting that something bad is about to happen mood. It feels like the calm right before trouble walks in. Footsteps echo on wet pavement, multiple people moving together, slow and confident. No one's running, no one's hiding, they're here on purpose. A crew of suited guys steps out of the darkness in formation, led by a tall dude with that cold, boss energy. This isn't a random street group. This is the kind of team that shows up when someone's about to get collected. One of the suits turns his head slightly, eyes sharp, checking the surroundings like a pro. You can tell these guys don't move unless everything's already under control. Another one cracks a tight smile, the kind that says things are about to get ugly, but he's fine with it. This crew looks way too comfortable walking into trouble. At the end of the hallway, the leader gives the signal and tells them to move. No big speech, no hesitation, just straight into whatever they came here to do. Two guys suddenly panic, faces going pale like they just realized they messed with the wrong people. Whatever they expected, this wasn't it. The boss flashes a slow, confident smile, already enjoying how scared they look. To him, this is just another easy job. One of the suits explodes into motion, flying forward with a brutal kick aimed straight at his target. No warnings, no mercy. This crew handles things fast and hard. They walk into a flashy lounge and catch a group chilling on a couch. Drinks out, vibes way too relaxed for what's about to happen. The target clearly wasn't expecting company. The guy in the middle sits there with sunglasses on, money in hand, flanked by two women who look half shocked, half impressed. He thinks he's untouchable. One of the suits calls him out by name, making it clear this visit is personal. The moment his name drops, the fun atmosphere instantly turns into a setup. The leader steps forward, eyes cold and locked on the guy on the couch, making it obvious who's in charge now. The whole room feels like it just tilted in his favor. The target's face tightens, anger and panic mixing as he realizes he's cornered. He's still trying to act tough, but the cracks are showing. The man in the sunglasses smirks slightly, pretending he's not worried, even though the tension is thick. Everyone in the room knows something's about to snap. A glass gets set down hard, the ice and liquor sloshing like a warning. The vibe flips from chill to hostile in one sharp move. The target's people start whispering, calling out his reputation like it's supposed to scare the suits off. But all it really does is expose how nervous they are. The drink gets raised like a mock toast, the guy's still pretending this is a game. He's trying to laugh it off, but the air is already too heavy for jokes. The guy with sunglasses finally touches his shades, expression shifting like he's trying to confirm this threat is real. The arrogance starts slipping. The leader's face stays dead serious, eyes cold and fixed, like he's already decided how this ends. No bluff, no hesitation. He steps forward with his crew behind him, the whole formation tightening like a noose. The message is clear. Talking time is over. Now it's collection time. His eyes sharpen, locking onto the target with pure focus, like everything else in the room just faded out. This is the look right before someone gets dropped. He clenches his fist, muscles tensing as he commits to the move. No more posturing. He's about to make it physical. A blur of motion cuts through the air, the first strike flying out so fast it barely registers. Whatever happens next, it's starting with him. The leader turns his head with a crooked grin, like he's enjoying how tense everything just got. He's not worried at all. He's excited. In one smooth move, he shifts his body, dodging the attack like it was slow motion. The strike misses, and the gap between them suddenly feels dangerous. Back on the couch, the guy with the glass lifts his drink and laughs, acting like this is still just entertainment. He has no idea how close he is to losing control of the whole situation. The leader finally throws a punch, face twisted with raw intent. No holding back now. This isn't intimidation, it's straight-up violence. He crashes into one of the suits, sending him flying with a clean hit. The room erupts as the first body drops. Another blow follows instantly, snapping a second guy back like a rag doll. In just a few seconds, the so-called professionals realize they walked into a losing fight. The leader steps back with a low laugh, standing over the chaos like he's just warming up. He's baiting them. letting them know this isn't even serious yet. He flicks his fingers in that come here gesture, calling the next one in like he's inviting a challenge. The disrespect is louder than any insult. The remaining suits tighten up and move forward together, faces hard, blades coming out. They're done underestimating him. Now, they're trying to dogpile before he picks them off one by one. Boots hit the floor hard as more guys rush in, filling the room with stomping and scraping. The trap is closing fast. They surround the leader from every side, weapons up, faces locked in, ready to swarm him all at once. It's a full-on dogpile attempt. Clothes on the leader's face, sweat, anger, and focus all mixed together. He's not backing down. He's gearing up to break through them. The guy on the couch calmly lifts his drink again, still acting like this whole brawl is background noise. He's treating it like a show he paid to watch. The leader bursts forward through the crowd, smashing straight down the middle like a human wrecking ball. Everyone around him gets blown back as he forces his way through. Outside, rain keeps pouring on the empty street, the noise from inside echoing out like distant thunder. Whatever's happening in that room is spilling into the night, and it's not stopping anytime soon. He stumbles out into the rain, slamming a hand on the wall just to stay standing, breathing like his ribs are about to snap. He forces himself forward step by step, clutching his chest, drenched and shaking, still refusing to collapse. Clothes on his face as his eyes harden through the pain. He's not thinking escape. He's thinking, I'm coming back. He braces himself against the wall, fingers spread wide, trying to stop his body from giving out in the middle of the street. Close up, his teeth grind, eyes blazing through the rain as he spits out a name like a curse. This is personal now. He drags himself forward, clutching his side, letting out a bitter laugh under the downpour. Even wounded, he's acting like this isn't the end, just the start of payback. His legs wobble, and he nearly trips, forcing himself to keep moving even though his body's begging to drop. He lifts his head with a furious glare, swallowing the pain and turning it into pure hatred. He's locking in a target. The rain swallows the street as he staggers forward again, refusing to stop. Whatever he's planning, he's going to see it through. He drops down against the wall in the rain, clutching his injuries, and mutters like he's been expecting this exact downfall for a long time. Cut to his crew. 2 suits stand over him while he bends forward, struggling to breathe. No sympathy, just that cold, report what happened energy. Then the mood flips into retaliation. He's back on his feet with a boot planted on someone, posture screaming dominance. Pain or not, he's already shifting from survive to punish. A clenched fist hangs in the foreground while someone lies wrecked on the ground ahead. This isn't over, it's just resetting for the next move. Hands shoot up in panic as a man gets yanked off his feet, the moment turning from talk to forced example instantly. Then we cut to the real center of control. The boss sits relaxed with his crew behind him. Watching like this is normal business. The room's full of muscle, and everyone knows who's giving the orders. A hand lifts into the air like he's signaling enough. One move, and the whole room is about to follow his lead. Back in the rain, the injured boss sits against the wall, clutching his stomach, forcing himself to steady his breathing. He looks weak, but his eyes say he's still in the game. Close up on that stare, sharp, furious, and focused. The pain is real, but the decision is louder. He's not letting this slide. His eye twitches hard like something just clicked in his head, pain, anger, and pride all crashing together. He pushes himself up and starts walking off, hands on his hips like he's forcing his body to obey. Even injured, he's trying to look untouchable. He glances back over his shoulder, face tightening into a cold warning look. Whatever he's planning, someone's about to get hit with it soon. His fist tightens until the knuckles pop. He's done holding it in. He shouts into the night, voice ripping out like an order, not a complaint. This is him calling the next play. From far away, his silhouette stands alone, still clutching his side, but refusing to look small. Even injured, he's setting up the comeback. A blinding, angel-like figure drops out of the light above him. Wings spread wide like judgment just showed up in person. He freezes mid-step, caught completely off guard. The glow floods everything, wiping out the background like the world got overwritten. Whatever this is, it's not normal, and it's close. Clothes on his face as shock hits, eyes widening and mouth parting like he can't believe what he's seeing. For the first time tonight, his confidence actually breaks. The man in the dark suit launches a brutal assault, kicking the bald man to the ground before landing a heavy punch and finishing with a savage swing of the bat, leaving no doubt who's in control here. The glowing, faceless figure stands silent, eyes piercing the chaos, a calm storm brewing beneath that unreadable mask. The man in the dark suit grimaces sharply, pain ripping through him as a guttural "Kuk" escapes, showing this fight's far from over. Amidst the chaos, the glowing, faceless figure stands unmoved, radiating an eerie calm that hints at power beyond understanding. Red-haired man's eyes dart around, sweat dripping as the weight of the unknown threat sinks in, his worry barely contained. The man in suit breaks down, tears mixing with sweat as the pressure crushes him, his guarded facade finally crumbling. Clutching his chest, the man in suit gasps out in agony, his desperate shout echoing the storm raging inside him. Red-haired man wipes sweat from his brow, his sharp eyes scanning the room as tension coils tighter around him. The glowing, faceless figure pulses with eerie calm, its soft light cutting through the darkness like a silent warning. The man in suit narrows his eyes, tension rising as he tries to read the faceless figure's next move, every second thick with unspoken dread. The man in suit squares his shoulders, steeling himself against the overwhelming presence of the glowing, faceless figure looming above. His eyes burn with fierce resolve, refusing to back down as the tension thickens around him. The man in suit locks eyes ahead, voice sharp and steady, like he's about to drop a truth bomb that could change everything. Then the glowing, faceless figure appears, wings spread wide, radiating calm power that feels like a silent challenge no one's ready to face. The glowing, faceless figure calmly extends a hand, breaking the tension, while the man in the dark suit recoils, caught off guard by the unexpected gesture. The man in the dark suit erupts with a fierce shout, his anger spilling over as he battles the shock coursing through him. The man in the dark suit doubles over, clutching his face as the weight of his torment crashes down, every muscle screaming in silent agony. But the man's eyes burn with fierce determination, refusing to break as he steels himself for whatever comes next. The silence in the kitchen feels heavy, every untouched pot and plate hinting at a story paused, waiting to explode back into chaos. With palms up like a peace flag, the tension flips, either surrender or a warning that things are about to get real messy. Close-up person's fingers linger on their cheek, like they're weighing a secret or bracing for what's coming next. Close-up person stares into their own reflection, searching for answers or maybe just trying to face the person they've become. Close-up person's eyes blaze with fierce resolve, a silent roar building beneath the surface, ready to break free. Red-haired man stares into the mirror, disbelief washing over him as if the reflection holds a secret he never expected to see. His trembling hand reaches up to his face, tracing the unfamiliar features staring back, as the weight of some hidden truth crashes down without warning. Suddenly, the rotary phone blasts through the silence, its shrill ring demanding attention as the receiver is yanked off the hook. Red-haired man spins around, eyes wide in disbelief, like he just caught a threat lurking right behind him. Close-up person's hand trembles as they touch their cheek, eyes locked in stunned silence, realizing something's way off. The man's grip tightens on the phone, shock spreading across his face as the voice on the other end drops a bombshell no one saw coming. Red-haired man's eyes dart nervously as he listens, tension rising with every word. This call isn't just news, it's a game changer. Close-up person's eyes widen in pure shock, like they just caught a secret that could flip everything upside down. Hand owner slams the phone down hard, like they're cutting off a conversation that was about to spill way too much truth. Close-up person's eyes widen, jaw drops. Whatever hit them off screen just flipped their whole world upside down. Close-up person's gaze locks on the calendar. April 12th, 2015. Heart racing as the weight of that date crashes down, sweat betraying the panic they're trying to hide. Red-haired man grips the phone tight, voice shaky as he tries to piece together the chaos unraveling just beyond his reach. Close-up person's eyes well up, the weight of everything crashing down as silent tears betray the storm inside. Drops hit the ground, each splash echoing like a heartbeat, marking the moment where silence breaks and emotions spill over. Red-haired man's walls crumble fast, tears stream, hiccups break through, and sniffles betray a pain he can't hide, raw and real. The red-haired man drops to his hands and knees, gasping like the weight of the world just knocked the wind out of him, every breath a battle. The person in the blue outfit lunges forward, arm outstretched like they're about to land a game-changing strike. That briefcase flies through the air, no time to think. Whatever's inside could flip this whole fight upside down. The man in the dark suit clutches his neck like he's feeling the sting, but his smirk says he's playing a deeper game. Pain's just another move on his chessboard. Person in blue outfit steps up, eyes sharp and voice steady, ready to flip the script with a simple, "All right, let's go." Red-haired man lifts his gaze to the open sky, a rare calm settling over him as if searching for answers beyond the chaos. The man in the dark suit strides down the street, mentally vowing to ditch his old ways, hit school for real, and live clean. No more gangster act, just a fresh start. Red-haired man pauses, eyes locked on the alley ahead. Something about that shadowy path stirring a mix of worry and determination within him. Close-up person gasps, eyes wide with shock as man in yellow shirt boldly raises his arm, ready to make a move, while man in red shirt watches silently, tension thick in the air. Man in yellow shirt flashes a confident grin, raising his hand like he's about to drop something big, while the man in red shirt stays cool and unbothered, sizing him up under the city's buzzing power lines. The blonde man stays calm, his neutral smile barely hiding his sharp focus, while the dark-haired guy in the patterned shirt leans in, eyes steady, as the black-haired figure in the brown coat turns away, tension thick in the air like something's about to snap. The man in the dark suit with purple hair breaks the silence with a confident smile, raising his hand as if to greet or call the shots, his calm demeanor barely concealing the weight behind that simple gesture. The smiling man waves casually by the fence, his easy vibe contrasting with the two guys, short-haired and blonde, who watch him, clearly trying to figure out what he's up to. The blonde-haired guy's calm facade cracks, his anger flaring up, hinting something just pushed him way too far. Red-haired man's worried eyes dart between dark-haired guy's unreadable smile and the man in red's steady gaze. The wrecked car, behind them a silent witness to the brewing storm. The man in the dark suit with purple hair clutches his head, his nervous smile barely hiding the tension bubbling beneath that calm exterior. The man in the patterned shirt steps up, voice sharp and eyes locked on the man in the suit, who braces himself while the man in the red shirt watches silently from the sidelines. The red-haired man breaks the tension with a laugh, scratching his head like he's about to spill something juicy, while the blonde-haired guy listens coolly, waiting to see what's next. The blonde-haired guy leans in, voice sharp as he drops a serious truth bomb, while the red-haired man's worried expression deepens, realizing things just got way more complicated. Close-up person locks eyes with that blazing light, every ounce of focus and fire ready to ignite whatever's coming next. Man bent over, clearly struggling, while the trio, blonde suit guy, and two others, watch silently, their expressions unreadable as tension thickens in the air. Blonde suit guy's eyes flare with fierce determination, the anger simmering beneath the surface ready to explode, signaling he's done waiting and about to take control. Red-haired man's jaw tightens, eyes burning with a mix of fear and fury, like he's holding back a storm ready to break loose. Blonde man locks eyes, radiating that unshakable confidence mixed with a hint of aggression, ready to take control and make his move. The man with purple hair snarls, eyes blazing with fierce determination, clearly not backing down from whatever challenge just landed in his lap. Blonde man's fist tightens, voice sharp as he spits out, "This bitch," making it clear he's ready to throw down without holding back. Blonde man steps forward, radiating confidence, while the dark-haired guy stays close, eyes locked on the target, silently backing up the impending chaos. Just as the blonde man's confidence cracks into shock, the dark-haired guy steps in, his serious glare cutting through the tension like a knife. His eyes widen, jaw dropping as whatever just hit him sinks deep. This isn't just surprise, it's a game changer. Without warning, the man with dark hair yanks the blonde man's collar, flipping the confident vibe into pure shock. Something's about to explode, and that bag between them is the wild card. The man's eyes lock onto the bag, his serious glare cutting through the tension like a blade. He knows whatever's inside could change everything. Suddenly, that unknown hand clamps onto the blonde man's face, pulling him hard, the shock on his face screaming this fight just got way more personal. The purple-haired guy slams into the blonde, pushing him back hard as the blonde scrambles to defend, while the dark-haired man yells something urgent, the tension crackling like a live wire. The dark-haired man locks eyes with cold precision. Then his hand shoots out lightning fast, ready to strike before anyone can blink. He slams a brutal punch into the red-haired man's face, voice dripping with venom as he roars, "You arrogant fucktard." No holding back, just raw, explosive fury. Angry man grits his teeth, sweat dripping down as his frustration boils over, barely holding back the storm inside. The red-haired man's eyes lock onto the unknown hand gripping his wrist tight, shock flashing across his face as the silent challenge hangs heavy in the air. Without hesitation, the fist rockets forward, breaking the tense silence with a fierce strike that demands an immediate reaction. The man with purple hair's punch lands square on the shocked man's face, leaving no doubt this fight just turned deadly serious. The man with short dark hair crashes backward, slammed hard enough to steal his breath, his shocked expression screaming just how brutal this clash really is. The man with purple hair narrows his eyes, his aggressive glare cutting through the tension like a blade ready to strike again. Blonde man's confident facade crumbles as he covers his face, shock hitting him harder than anyone expected. The unknown aggressive figure lunges forward, catching blonde man completely off guard, turning his shock into pure panic. The unknown kicker lands a brutal punch to blonde man's face, the force snapping his head back and shattering his confident facade in an instant. Without hesitation, the unknown foot slams down hard, turning the fight's momentum into a full-on stomp of dominance. Blonde man reels back, chest crushed by that brutal kick, shock written all over his face as the unknown kicker keeps control tight. Red-haired man looms over blonde, his stare sharp and unyielding, like he's about to drop some heavy truth that'll shatter everything. Purple-haired man's aggression cuts through the tension as the blonde man and two dark suit figures watch silently, one bowing low. Something big just went down, and nobody's staying quiet. Blonde man's shock hits peak levels. Sweat drips, nose bleeding. Clearly he didn't see that coming, and whatever just happened just flipped the whole game upside down. Red-haired man's caught off guard, yanked hard by the collar. Pain and shock written all over his face. Whoever's behind this means business, and it's getting real intense, real fast. The man with short dark hair staggers, nose bleeding and sweat dripping. Whatever hit him just knocked the wind out, and he's clearly struggling to hold it together. Red-haired man lashes out with a furious punch, eyes blazing with raw anger like he's got something to prove or someone to take down. Blonde man staggers back, clutching his face as blood drips from his nose, shock and pain written all over him like he didn't see that hit coming. The man with dark hair narrows his eyes, locking onto his target with a laser focus that says he's not done yet. The unknown hand slams down hard, the tension snapping as a sharp shit escapes, raw frustration bleeding through every strike. Blonde man scrambles back, eyes wide, as the dark shoe presses down, the threat closing in tight and no room left to dodge. The unknown kicker's foot slams in a blond man's face, sweat flying as he reels from the brutal hit, caught completely off guard. Dark brown-haired man locks eyes on the chaos, his intense gaze cutting through the noise, clearly sizing up the next move. Man in dark suit 1 stands over the fallen blonde man, gun steady in hand, as one blonde groans in pain, the tension thick in the air. The blonde man clutches his ear, his face twisted in sharp pain. Something just hit him harder than expected. Red-haired man strides through the city streets, phone tight in hand, like he's chasing a lead that just slipped through his fingers. He pauses at the garden's edge, gripping his bag like it holds the answers, eyes scanning every corner as if the walls might finally spill their secrets. Sunlight hits the brick facade, shadows stretching long as if the building itself is hiding something just out of reach. The bald man with the mustache loses it, shouting like he just caught the world's biggest betrayal, his anger cutting through the tense silence. The red-haired man locks eyes with fury, his jaw clenched tight, clearly carrying a heavy burden no one else dares speak about. The bald man with mustache slams the black book shut, eyes blazing with shock and rage, as if its secrets just shattered everything he believed. The man with short dark hair leans back calmly in the chair, while the other, seated on the floor, looks up with a mix of determination and disbelief, the tension between them thick enough to cut through the room. The red-haired man stands firm, eyes blazing with intensity, while the bald man with the mustache reels back, shock and anger flashing across his face as the confrontation hits a breaking point. The man with short dark hair clutches his head, pain etched deep in his face as the weight of the situation crashes down on him. The bald man with mustache locks eyes with the man with short dark hair, whose fingers brush his face like he's searching for answers that won't come. Suddenly, the red-haired man staggers, clutching his side as shock and pain ripple across his face. Something just hit way too close to home. The man with dark hair leans in, fingers sharp like a blade, throwing down the truth, right? So you know, while the red-haired man sits back, arms crossed, forced to face the weight of what's been laid bare. The red-haired man sinks into his seat, shock and pain flickering across his face like he just swallowed a truth too bitter to digest. The bald man with mustache clenches his jaw, eyes blazing with a mix of fury and disbelief that something just shattered his carefully built world. The angry red-haired boy loses it, hurling a chair and desk across the classroom, shouting he's done with his crappy school and ready to burn it all down. The bald man with the mustache freezes, eyes wide, clearly caught off guard by the chaos erupting around him. His shock quickly shifts to fury, the bald man with the mustache bristling as he realizes things are spiraling way out of his control. The bald man's voice cuts through the chaos, sharp and venomous, warning that anyone who crosses him will pay the price, no exceptions. The red-haired man raises his hand slowly, eyes wide with shock, signaling he's no threat, desperately trying to de-escalate before things spiral out of control. The bald man slams a tablet on the table, voice sharp and accusing, while the red-haired man recoils, caught off guard and struggling to find words. Tension hangs thick outside classroom 2 to 4, where everything's about to blow up and secrets won't stay hidden much longer. The man with dark hair leans back, feet up, playing it cool while the bald man with a mustache broods quietly, both locked in a silent standoff that's anything but casual. The classroom buzzes with smirks and laughter as the woman with long dark hair stiffens, unease creeping in while the man with dark hair exchange glances, tension simmering beneath the surface. Suddenly, the unknown kicker slams the door open with a brutal force, shattering the calm and demanding everyone's attention. The woman with long dark hair snaps her head toward the source, eyes wide with unease, while the man with short dark hair and glasses stares ahead, shock etched deep across his face. Red-haired man steps in, gripping his bag strap like he's carrying more than just belongings. Something heavy hangs in the air, and his shocked expression tells us this isn't just a casual visit. Man in dark suit 1 and man with short dark hair exchange shocked glances at the table, while the nervous man in dark suit 2 stands stiff, sweat dripping as tension spikes in the room. The woman with long dark hair gasps, clutching her chest as the open book reveals a shocking truth she wasn't ready to face. Red-haired man flashes a tense smile, waving off the tension like he's hiding something deeper beneath that calm exterior. The woman with long dark hair suddenly freezes, her fingers brushing her neck as a wave of unease crashes over her, clearly caught off guard by what just unfolded. As night falls, the building's upper floors glow with scattered lights, casting long shadows over tangled electric wires, hinting at the restless lives unfolding inside. The woman in the purple blazer steps up, confidently breaking down the story of Hanji Hai, her hand slicing through the air as she lays out the facts with sharp precision. While the slick-back hair guy laughs loud, clearly enjoying the chaos, the balding blonde dude shifts uncomfortably, caught between awkward silence and forced patience. The woman in the purple blazer steps up, calm and composed, ready to drop some knowledge as she gestures confidently, demanding the crowd's attention with a sharp, "Tell us." Person smiling leans in, that sly grin teasing secrets as they prepare to spill something big, like they've got the upper hand in this whole game. Red-haired boy just chills, resting his head like he owns the place, that smug smirk daring anyone to challenge his next move. The woman with brown hair stammers, caught off guard, her surprise hanging thick as she tries to get a word out but can't quite finish it. She finally finds her voice, questioning him with a mix of frustration and disbelief, while the red-haired boy turns away, cool and unbothered, like he's got the upper hand no matter what she says. Without warning, the girl in purple takes a brutal hit, her shocked cry cutting through the tension as pain flashes across her face, leaving everyone stunned. The man's confident smile spreads like a dark promise, while the others in the background laugh, clearly feeding off the chaos he's orchestrating. The girl grips the thin stick tightly, eyes wide with shock and worry, clearly realizing things are about to get way more intense. Suddenly, a hard slap lands on the girl's butt, making her gasp in sharp pain and pure surprise as the hand pulls away. The woman with brown hair clutches her chest, eyes wide in shock, struggling to process what just happened. While the woman reels, the balding student forces a tight smile, trying to stay composed as the slick-back hair guy laughs like he's got the whole school figured out. Hand's fist tightens, the symbol on his skin glowing faintly. This isn't just a mark, it's a warning, and whatever's coming next, he's ready to fight. Red-haired boy doesn't hold back, landing brutal punches on the balding guy and the slick-back hair dude, leaving them stunned and clutching their faces. Clearly, he's not here to play nice. With a smug grin, the red-haired boy watches as the other person tumbles down, clearly dominating the fight without breaking a sweat. The brown-haired woman's eyes widen in shock, staring straight at the person who's turned away, leaving us wondering what just hit her with such force. The standing student breaks the silence, explaining something serious while the seated student listens intently, both unaware the brown-haired woman's lingering shock just steps away. The character with glasses perks up, eyes sharp behind the lenses, as they cut through the tension with a simple, loaded question. What is it? The man with mustache slams a finger on the table, demanding answers as the man with glasses leans back, weighing every word amid the scattered documents that hold the truth. The woman with brown hair freezes, eyes wide with shock, as something unexpected crashes into the conversation, flipping the whole scene on its head. Red-haired boy leans in, cool and unfazed, his smirk saying he's already 3 steps ahead while everyone else scrambles. Man close-up's eyes dart over the document, sweat trickling down as the weight of what he's reading sinks in. This info just flipped the entire game. Red-haired boy's smug facade slips for a second, his mind racing as the new truth crashes in, forcing him to face a reality he can't just bluff his way out of. The empty hallway echoes with tension, lockers standing silent like witnesses to secrets about to unravel behind that closed door. Balding student and slick-back guy freeze, hands up, caught off guard as the dark blazer man turns, ready to drop some serious heat. Unknown person's lips curl into a subtle, knowing smile, like they're holding back a secret that's about to flip the whole game. Red-haired boy leans back, voice dripping with confidence, as he drops a bombshell that leaves no doubt he's calling all the shots. Balding blonde dude's eyes widen, visibly uncomfortable, while slick-back brown-haired guy can't hide his shocked laugh. This bombshell just flipped their whole world upside down. Red-haired boy doesn't hold back, kicking the balding blonde right in the back, leaving him grimacing in pain while the standing student watches, totally unfazed and just soaking it all in. The person with long brown hair gets grabbed by the arm, the grip tight enough to make that blue emblem on their blazer stand out. This moment's about control, and it's about to get tense. The unknown person calmly pierces the juice box, takes a slow sip like they're sizing up the room. Unbothered, focused, and totally in control despite the chaos around them. Red-haired boy bursts out laughing, clutching a green drink, bragging he hasn't felt this alive in 20 years. Confidence on full display, but what's really fueling that energy? Red-haired boy's smug grin fades as he snaps at the person in the skirt, calling out their nonsense about 20 years, like he's got zero patience for whatever's messing with their head. Meanwhile, three curious guys watch the showdown, schoolyard tension thick enough to cut. The dark-haired man takes a slow drag from a cigarette, eyes darting nervously like he's caught in something way bigger than him, the smoke doing nothing to calm the storm brewing inside. The woman leans into her confidence, hand on hip like she owns the place, while the girl behind casually blows a bubble, totally unfazed by the tension hanging in the air. She flashes a knowing smile, her words sharp and deliberate, clearly steering the conversation where she wants it. The man eating sandwich stays cool and focused, oblivious to the balding student's awkward awe and the slick-back guy's impressed grin as they both quietly marvel at his effortless chill. Those piercing eyes lock in with razor-sharp intensity, revealing a mind that's calculating every move, every outcome. This isn't just focus, it's pure, unshakable determination ready to break through any obstacle. The red-haired boy slides up behind the balding student with a sly grin, breaking the tension with a casual, "Hey, you're here," as if showing up was the only power move that mattered. Blonde-haired student claims the stone steps like his throne, legs spread wide, shooting a sharp well over his shoulder as the dark-haired guys hover behind, sizing up the challenge. Purple-haired guy locks eyes, serious as hell, clearly weighing his next move in this tense standoff. Brown-haired student steps forward, exuding quiet confidence, flanked by the dark-haired and blonde guys who stand ready, signaling this crew means business and the stakes just got higher. Purple-haired guy locks eyes with cold determination, no words needed. He's ready to turn this tension into action. The man with the confident smile leans into the moment, his sinister grin promising that whatever's coming next, it's not going to be pretty. The man settles on the stone steps, eyes locked on the card in his hand, while the crowd looms around him, waiting for his move like it's the final play in a high-stakes game. He lights a cigarette with steady hands, the smoke curling up as if marking a brief pause before the storm he's about to unleash. His eyes burn with a fierce intensity, every muscle tense like he's ready to snap. Whatever's coming next, it's personal. The red-haired boy smirks, standing tall like he already knows he's got the upper hand, daring anyone to challenge him. The brown-haired guy flexes his confidence with a grin. The blonde beside him chuckles, but the dark-haired student on the left stays stone-faced, clearly not amused by their antics. Suddenly, the mood shifts as the dark-haired guy breaks his calm facade, sweat dripping and anxiety flashing in his eyes. Something's seriously off. The red-haired boy leans in with that trademark smug grin, while the blonde student sitting fires back confidently. The brown-haired guy on the left stands firm, eyes locked, and the blonde on the far right watches silently, tension crackling as their standoff heats up on the stone steps. The red-haired boy strides off without a care, leaving the blonde student sprawled on the ground while the slick-back brown-haired guy watches with that knowing smirk, clearly amused by how things just went down. The man with his back turned lunges forward with fierce intent, catching the anxious, sweating guy completely off guard as a sharp cry breaks through the tense air. The man with his back turned throws a brutal punch, but the calm man close-up doesn't flinch, eyes shut like he's already expecting this hit. Suddenly, a firm grip clamps down on the shoulder of the man with his back turned, catching him off guard as a sharp gasp escapes his lips. The balding student stammers, clearly uncomfortable, while the slicked-back guy laughs mockingly, and the confident brown-haired student steps forward, voice rising as tension explodes between them. Red-haired boy grabs the balding student by the collar, slapping him hard, leaving no doubt who's in control as the student reels in pain and shock. Purple-haired guy steps up, dead serious, calling out the chaos like he's about to drop some truth no one saw coming. Man close-up's eyes blaze with raw fury, like he's ready to unleash a storm no one can dodge. Rain pours down, turning the neon-lit city streets into a blur of glowing colors and shadows, setting the stage for whatever chaos is about to unfold. The group moves with purpose through the slick streets, their footsteps echoing in the rain as tension quietly builds beneath their unknown mission. The man in black suit center leads the pack, each step sharp and deliberate, their eyes locked on a target only they can see. The man in black suit center breaks the silence, his words cutting through the tension as the others listen intently, every gesture loaded with unspoken stakes. The man with the slight smile locks eyes with the dark-haired figure, their silent standoff hinting at a deeper game about to unfold. The man in the black suit breaks the tense silence with a sharp, "Let's go," stepping forward as the two blockers stand firm, daring him to make the next move down the shadowed hallway. The bald guy and the black-haired dude both explode with furious shouts, their anger cutting through the air like a challenge nobody's backing down from. The man with the confident smile tilts his head back, eyes gleaming with a chilling certainty, like he's already 3 moves ahead in this deadly game. The man in the black suit lunges forward with ruthless precision, every ounce of his serious focus turned into a fierce, unstoppable strike. The group caught off guard freezes mid-bite, eyes wide as the dark-haired man steps closer, his presence slicing through the casual vibe like a sudden storm. The man in sunglasses flashes a sly grin, holding up a mysterious card as the women on either side exchange surprised glances, caught between curiosity and caution. The person with dark hair cuts through the tense air, demanding answers about Westgate dog meat, while the man in the black suit at the table stays silent, his serious gaze locking onto the confused group of men around him. The man with the confident smile steps forward, oozing control as the bald guy on the left scowls, tension crackling between them like a loaded gun ready to fire. The man on the right's glare cuts deep, teeth clenched tight, radiating pure fury like he's ready to explode at any second. The man with sunglasses tilts his head back, that slight smile playing on his lips like he's already 3 steps ahead, completely unfazed by the tension in the room. The tattooed arm person grips the glass tight, the drink inside reflecting a calm before the storm. Every sip a calculated move in this high-stakes game. The bald guy snaps, grabbing the man in the black suit by the collar, yelling about Inchon's crazy dog like this fight's about to blow up any second. The man in glass reflection calmly lifts his drink, ice clinking, like he's sizing up the chaos before deciding if he's about to pour fuel on the fire or just watch it burn. The bald man on the left rips off his sunglasses, his glare sharp and heated. No more hiding behind shades. He's ready to confront whatever's coming head-on. Close-up man face locks eyes with pure fury, his expression screaming that he's done holding back. This is the moment everything's about to explode. The man in the black suit holds his ground, unshaken, while the 2 bald men on either side radiate raw anger, ready to clash at any second. Close-up man face locks eyes with pure fury, every muscle tensed, like he's about to explode and settle this score once and for all. His fist tightens, veins popping, anger radiating like a storm ready to break loose. This isn't just rage, it's a promise of reckoning. Then, with a deafening blast, his strike shatters the silence, sending shockwaves that rip through the battlefield like a lightning strike unleashed. The man with the confident smile slowly turns his head, that sinister grin spreading like he's already 3 steps ahead in a game no one else even knows they're playing. The two men in black suits collide with fierce intensity, grappling and trading blows as the tension crackles. One snarls, "Are you?" Like this fight's about more than just muscle. The man with the confident smile raises his glass, laughter dripping with arrogance, as if toasting not just victory, but some hidden game only he knows the rules to. Close-up man face explodes with rage, his shout cutting through the tension like a blade. This isn't just anger, it's a battle cry that shakes the room. The man in the black suit wastes no time, his fist crashing into the person with dark hair. The impact raw and unstoppable. But just as the man in the black suit reels, a sudden punch from the unknown attacker slams into his face, flipping the fight's momentum in a brutal instant. Just when things get tense, the man near the window calls out "Coup" as the guy in sunglasses level his gun, ready to pull the trigger and turn this room into chaos. But then, the hand with the glowing star mark rises, flashing a mysterious power that instantly shifts the energy in the room. The man in black suit leads the charge, sword drawn, while the bald man snarls beside him, both closing in with deadly intent and no room for mercy. The man in black suit stands calm and serious, cornered by the angry man on right gripping a metal pipe and the bald man wielding a bat, while the surprise group watches the standoff unfold in the dim hallway. Close-up man face burns with furious determination, sweat dripping as he steels himself for whatever's coming next. Sunglasses guy casually lifts his glass, voice low but sharp, dropping words that hit harder than his calm facade. "Let's on." Suddenly, the man in black suit plummets through the air, his fierce glare cutting through the chaos as the shocked group below braces for impact. The running person dashes through the pouring rain, every step splashing against the slick pavement as they race against time under the cold, relentless night sky. Suddenly, the person stumbles, losing balance as the rain blurs their vision, tumbling backward into the cold, unforgiving night. The man in the black suit stands firm despite the downpour, clutching his chest as a sharp pain threatens to break his stoic facade. Close-up man face grits his teeth, sweat pouring down as fury and frustration boil just beneath his skin. Rain lashes down as the figure in dark clothing tumbles backward, caught off guard, the storm matching the chaos unfolding. Close-up man face burns with fury, sweat dripping like battle scars as he braces for the fight that's about to explode. Man in black suit staggers, clutching his gut as rain soaks him, pain cutting deep, but his gaze stays locked, ready to push through the storm. Tattooed arm tightens its grip, muscles flexing against the relentless rain, steady and unyielding despite the chaos around. Close-up man face clenches his jaw, eyes blazing with fury, ready to snap at any second as tension crackles in the air. The dark-haired figure moves through the pouring rain, each step heavy with unspoken resolve, as the storm mirrors the chaos brewing inside. The bandaged man sinks to the wet ground, rain soaking through his clothes, eyes steady as he admits, "I knew this day would come," like he's been waiting for this moment all along. The bowing man lowers himself completely, showing raw submission as the man in the black suit and the dark-haired figure watch silently, their crossed arms saying it all. This isn't just respect, it's surrender. The man in the black suit asserts total control, pressing his foot down on the older man's back as the latter collapses, defeated and gasping under the weight of authority. The man in the black suit lies motionless, completely out cold, while the person standing nearby watches silently, the tension thick enough to cut with a knife. The man in the black suit swiftly raises his arm, ready to block or counter, as unseen hands lunge toward him, the clash about to explode. The man in the black suit locks eyes with the confident figure perched on a ledge, surrounded by his silent crew, tension crackling as a silent standoff grips the rooftop under fading light. The hand with the glowing star mark rises, pulsing with power, signaling that whatever's coming next is about to shake things up big time. Man in black suit staggers, clutching his side as pain hits hard, rain pouring down, but he refuses to fall, barely holding himself up against the cold stone wall. Close-up man face burns with fierce, unyielding rage, eyes locked on his target like a predator ready to strike back no matter the cost. The bald man's glare sharpens as the glowing star mark on his cheek flares up, signaling a power unleashed and a warning that he's far from done. The confused man in the black suit sinks to the ground, scratching his head like he just walked into a plot twist he didn't see coming. But here comes the red-haired guy, hands on hips, rocking that sinister grin like he's got the whole game figured out, ready to flip the script with just one word. Red-haired man snaps his head around, eyes sharp and locked. No more games, it's serious now. Fist tightens, knuckles white, anger's ready to explode, no holding back this time. Red-haired man's voice cuts through the tension, fist clenched tight while the man with the confident smile watches, unfazed and ready for whatever comes next. The man with black hair steps forward, clutching a glowing star-shaped mark that pulses with energy, signaling a game-changing move about to unfold. The man in the black suit freezes, eyes wide as an angelic figure with radiant wings, and that same glowing star mark descends, turning the whole scene into something straight out of a divine showdown. Close-up man faces, shock hits hard, like he just realized the stakes just skyrocketed and there's no turning back now. Red-haired man stands firm against the blazing chaos, eyes locked on whatever's coming next, unshaken and ready to face it head-on. Tension spikes as the unknown figure grits their teeth, every muscle tight, bracing for the storm about to break loose. The red-haired man lashes out with a fierce kick, sending the ball flying as the brown-haired opponent stumbles back, caught off guard by the sudden strike. The brown-haired opponent loses his footing, crashing backward as the momentum from the blow leaves him reeling and vulnerable. The unknown character's arm shoots forward with fierce determination, catching the brown-haired opponent completely off guard as shock flashes across his face. Without hesitation, the red-haired man's fist crashes into the opponent's face, turning the tense standoff into a brutal, game-changing moment. The unknown fighter lets out a raw, furious scream, their anger cutting through the chaos like a blade ready to strike. The brown-haired opponent clutches his chest, voice cracking as he demands, "Who are you?" His tension screaming louder than his words. Red-haired man charges forward, launching a fierce kick aimed straight at the brown-haired opponent, who scrambles to block the blow with desperate speed. The unknown character reels violently from the brutal hit, shock and pain flashing across their face as they struggle to stay on their feet. Opponent player wastes no time, delivering a sharp kick that sends the unknown character crashing backward, the fight clearly far from over. The unknown character reels from the brutal hit, shock and pain flashing across their face as the fight's intensity just cranks up. Their eyes blaze with raw fury, the kind that's about to turn this fight into a full-on war. Glasses slip down as shock and pain hit hard. This unknown fighter's world just shattered in an instant. Hands clamped tight around the face, grip unrelenting, as the struggle for control spirals into raw desperation and fading hope. Eyes blaze with furious defiance, pain fueling every ounce of their fight, refusing to break under the crushing grip. The brown-haired opponent's tense grip slips as the unknown player's force shoves them back, the struggle escalating with raw intensity. The red-haired man's steely gaze drops, fueling his resolve, while the brown-haired opponent's shock turns to panic, sweat betraying their crumbling confidence. The angry figure lashes out with raw fury, voice slicing through the tension, while the shocked one reels back, pain flashing across their face as the brutal truth lands hard. Gritting their teeth, the unknown figure's eyes burn with fierce determination, the name HHG hanging heavy in the air like a challenge they're ready to confront head-on. The red-haired man watches silently by the door as the two struggling figures clutch their wounds, gasping in pain, the tension thick enough to crack the walls around them. The unknown figure presses their hand to their face, every muscle tight with agony, like they're holding back something fierce just beneath the surface. Meanwhile, the girl with glasses sits quietly, lost in thought, her gaze fixed downward as if wrestling with a secret she's not ready to share. But then, that sly smile creeps onto the unknown character's lips, hinting there's more beneath the surface than anyone realizes. As the unknown hand inches closer, the girl with glasses freezes, caught between curiosity and caution, her shy eyes widening in silent question. Suddenly, the unknown hand snaps forward, gripping her wrist tight, and the girl with glasses gasps, caught off guard and struggling against the unexpected hold. Her eyes flash with fierce determination, jaw clenched as she fights to break free from the grip that's dragging her deeper into danger. The girl with glasses glances sideways, cheeks tinged pink, caught between hesitation and a silent resolve that hints at more than just nerves. The unknown character's face tightens with sweat, shock, and pain flashing in their eyes as the weight of the moment crashes down hard. Red-haired man locks eyes with the brown-haired opponent, muscles tense and ready to strike, while the girl with glasses watches quietly, her mind racing as the crowd holds its breath in this high-stakes showdown. Red-haired man's gaze drops, shock flickering across his face as a sudden realization hits him hard, shaking his confidence just when he thought he had everything under control. The girl with glasses quietly gathers the scattered pins, her shy focus unbothered by the dark figure looming silently nearby, tension thickening the air by the door. Red-haired man steels himself, eyes fixed downward, every muscle tightening as if bracing for a battle only he can see. The girl with glasses glances up quietly, her shy gaze holding a mix of hesitation and unspoken thoughts, like she's caught between fear and hope. The red-haired man stands firm, hands in pockets, radiating quiet confidence while the girl with glasses sinks to the floor, her confused expression revealing she's struggling to piece everything together. Sunlight filters through the window, casting a calm glow over the room as the tension lingers, every detail sharp beneath the steady hum of the ceiling light. The red-haired man watches intently as the dark-haired guy flashes a knowing smile, breaking the silence while the third man listens quietly, the air charged with unspoken plans. The girl with glasses sits quietly at her desk, lost in thought, while the unknown character's tense, pained expression hints at something about to explode beneath the surface. She carefully puts pen to paper, her shy focus revealing a quiet determination that promises more than just words on a page. The opponent player locks eyes with the unknown figure, tension crackling between them, while the girl with glasses stays buried in her notes, oblivious to the silent showdown unfolding just feet away. Just as the stakes peak, the red-haired man's eyes snap wide. Something just hit him hard, and it's definitely not what he expected. Meanwhile, the girl with glasses quietly watches, her shy gaze hiding thoughts deeper than anyone suspects. The red-haired man, lost in thought, rests his face on his hand, eyes darting sideways as if weighing a dangerous secret he's not ready to share. The girl with glasses suddenly lashes out, delivering a sharp kick to the unknown figure in the dark outfit, breaking the tense silence with unexpected force. After her outburst, the girl with glasses shrinks back, eyes cast down as the man with dark hair smirks subtly, while the red-haired man watches closely, concern flickering across his face. The red-haired man glances back, his expression hardening with resolve, ready to face whatever's coming next. The empty alley stretches ahead, littered with leaves and debris, a silent battleground where every step could change the game. Red-haired man squares off with the dark-haired guy, tension crackling as the unknown figure watches silently, waiting for the moment to strike or speak. The girl with glasses freezes, eyes wide behind her lenses, shock hitting her like a tidal wave as everything suddenly feels way more real and way more dangerous. Tears stream down the girl with glasses' face, her sobs barely contained as the three men in dark suits stand silent and still, their backs turned like shadows, guarding a secret no one's ready to face. The unknown character's eye sharpens, burning with fierce determination as tension crackles in the air, ready to snap. The girl with glasses sinks to the ground, her gaze dropping as a quiet vulnerability masks whatever storm is brewing beneath her calm exterior. She hugs her knees tighter, eyes flickering with uncertainty, like she's caught between wanting to disappear and needing to be seen. The red-haired man steps forward, voice steady but intense, pushing the girl with glasses to face her fears instead of hiding behind silence. Suddenly, the unknown character's face twists with shock and pain, their eyes burning with a mix of fear and determination, as if something inside just snapped. The person with brown hair squares up, heart racing, as three shadowy figures close in like predators ready to strike, the tension thick enough to cut. A sharp step lands firmly, the blue shoe cutting through the silence like a challenge nobody saw coming. The girl with glasses freezes, sweat trickling down as an unexpected grip clamps on her arm, sending a jolt of tension through the quiet moment. Her breath catches, eyes darting behind those glasses as the weight of whatever's coming crashes into her calm, leaving her caught between fear and curiosity. Tears well up, blurring her world through those glasses, heart pounding as the shy girl in white battles a storm of shock and something deeper, something raw. She lifts her gaze, searching the calm eyes of the man in the white shirt, as if hoping his steady presence can anchor the whirlwind inside her. Her breath catches, eyes shimmering with unshed tears behind those glasses, caught between vulnerability and a quiet resolve she's not ready to voice yet. The red-haired man lowers his gaze, shadows of doubt flickering behind his determined facade, wrestling with the weight of unspoken truths.